almost timed that perfectly. All right, kids, welcome back to another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. There we go. I am, as Ray was making fun of me, the the podcast prodigy, the pop culture prophet, the fandom fanatic. It is Phil, and of course, joined as always by Lilith.
Sup, fools?
25-year-olds are always 25. All right, all right. All right, and king of the topless beach photos, it is Justin.
Fresh from the beach.
In Maine?
Oh, yes. Got up to a balmy 89 today.
I mean,
that is pretty hot.
nice.
Yeah.
Just grab the lobsters right out of the ocean.
That's right.
We're all the way at the top right corner of the country, and that's pretty amazing. All right, and Kristen is here. She waved. All right, and of course, yes, it is that time of the month again. It is time for our good friend, the Hard Master, to return. Hello, Ray.
Batman, my favorite character.
The chances never do.
You're paused, old man. I mean, you're muted, old man.
How dare you? How dare you? That wasn't me. That was an imposter. Hello, everybody. I feel like we're in the Brady Bunch. Can I be? Can I be Bobby? I'll be Bobby.
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
I'll be Alice. It's fine. You know, Sam was the butcher. She was
Sam the
getting
butcher. Yes, she was getting exactly.
I think I'm above Mr. Brady down there.
If you know, you know.
Mike.
All right. Okay, cool. I'll be more shut. All right, guys. That's right. We're back to talk. And again, I got a lot of feedback from people here, especially the boys, about controversial storylines, not only in comics but in all of pop culture. So they're coming in fast. So even today, Justin's like, I had more. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought of another one.
Justin's
there are
like,
plenty.
Some more crap comics. Can I add that?
Well, I was asking Phil just before.
This is Ray's idea. Ray actually submitted
a great idea. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I guess we have to distinguish. Maybe, well, we don't have to, but controversial, and or like most hated, and or like bad, I guess, because
they all kind of blend together.
Yeah.
Fashion, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, now if you had told me things I hated,
different story.
we can definitely do a.
That's what you got to edit. That's what you got to edit. Because again, I know Lilith edited. She's like, "Oh, we only got an hour, so yeah."
We'd have to do multiple installments of that.
Gosh, this is telling though. It's telling if we're all kind of racing to generate large lists. Oh my gosh. I'm keen to see what everyone because
mine's not large.
But Phil, document that timestamp. I've lost my train of thought now. I just got so distracted. Anyway,
Shiny objects, Ray. Okay. All right. So should we let Ray start us off?
Yes. Let's hear one of Ray's picks.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say, yeah. So it's open to not just comics, right? It's
anything,
everything,
fictional,
yeah. Have you got a slide for me, Phil, or something?
I do. Where would you like to start?
Say Clone Saga. I'll put that
in. Okay.
Controversial.
So going back in the day a bit. This is before, like, the internet. Even further before that as well. The original Clone Saga as well.
Oh wow, that's the original.
But I mean both. Both really. But the 90s as well. I guess. Just with the death threats that we spoke to Phil. We spoke to Howard Mackey a while ago. Verified a lot of unhappy people at conventions because back in the day that was the main avenue that you can kind of interact with creators.
And well, for those people who don't remember, like Kristen's not a big Marvel person. In the 90s, yes, Spider-Man's clone, who everyone thought was dead, returned and eventually, and again, this all gets retconned anyway, but it's revealed, quote unquote, that the clone Ben Reilly is actually the real Peter Parker, the guy who was Spider-Man up until Amazing Spider-Man 150. So they're like, oh yeah,
Yes.
the guy you've been reading for the last 250 issues, yeah, he's been
Yeah. And that really kind of set people off, I guess, because you're enjoying these stories and you're under the impression it's Peter Parker, and then you're being told actually it wasn't. It was this kind of dodgy fella. So yeah, I mean that, and also, oh sorry, Justin.
Was Howard Mackey getting death threats at conventions for that?
Yeah, because we were likening it to Dan Slott and his Spider-Man run. And Howard Mackey, confirmed that, he got really awful conversations with people in conventions. Also, Wizard went to the magazine, enthralled with the series as well, if I recall, Phil. I think Howard Mackey said that some of the articles weren't shining the series in the
I remember the article when they were like, "Oh, it's finally going to be over in Spider-Man 75," and
just still went on.
But I think that it didn't help that they drug it out, because again, this was supposed to be like a 3 to 6 month story, and again, it sold so well. Like the money people were just like, "No, keep it going," and it went 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, talking about and no one and people weren't enjoying it, right? So it's kind of like shoving something in your face, constantly that you don't want. Sorry,
that needs to be a drop, yes.
But it's kind of like really dragging you through the mud for over a year, and something that you don't even want. So so this one was one of the prime ones, and of course Phil and Justin, we were covering Scarlet Spider, so I had to give props to that too.
Yeah. Love that.
And I mean, people love Ben Reilly, but then they had to twist him in the chasm.
Oh.
Don't forget his Goblin Queen.
No.
Oh yeah.
Gobble.
That's right.
It's
Chasm.
Chasm and Goblin Queen.
I know. What's happening?
I don't want to know.
So again, yes. I mean, not necessarily bad, but yes, very controversial, because
controversial.
Love it or hate it. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was a good choice, Ray.
Thank you.
Definitely good choice.
All right, who's up next?
Lilith.
What did you?
What?
Okay, I guess I can go.
I don't even know how many Lilith has. Lilith keeps hers.
Wait, how many did we decide on? I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
I don't know, because I mean, Kristen gave me three. Kristen gave me three,
Okay.
and Justin and Ray just kept going. So
I think I've got 4 or 5 on there.
Yeah, I've got about 5 more in my head. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, shoot from Hellblazer.
Okay.
It was supposed to be the 141st issue. It was set to release in 1999, and of course it was written by Warren Ellis. So I'm like, that tracks. It follows a researcher who's like looking for the cause of like school shootings, and like she, kind of conflates John Constantine being at several of the sites and stuff. And he's like, I'm just looking into the phenomenon too. And he's like, it just looks like the victims have lost the will to live. I'm like, whoa. First of all, Warren, you're not even American. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No business speaking on this,
Yeah.
And then Columbine actually happened to occur shortly before this was planned. So it's like a whole thing. But, yeah, I had to put my boy Hellblazer on here. He's got a couple of controversies, but this one is like the one that I was actually like alive for.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I forgot Phil Jimenez did the
What?
Yeah. Phil Jimenez did the art in that.
I mean, they could put it out now, but like that was just a little too close for comfort. And not look, Warren Ellis sometimes he just needs to shut the hell up.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
As we all know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
we have inherited beef with that man. So.
Yeah. All right. All right. Justin, you want to throw one of your quizzes out?
Throw up one of mine, Phil.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna do the random toss up
Just
again.
do a random, yeah.
All right.
Keep it interesting.
Wait, Tom, he said that. All right.
That's
Couple
none
times
of
this
your
week.
business, Phil. I'm calling HR right now.
I am HR.
yeah. Meet your HR manager. There he is.
All right.
There we go. Yeah.
Ah, nice choice, Justin.
Thank you. Yeah. I remember at the time, like, there were not a lot of comic books that talked about characters with AIDS. It just
You can
wasn't.
thank the Reagan era.
Oh, totally. Yeah. But good old Peter David, I mean, we could always count on him for a great script. And this issue was heavy. Like, I don't know if anybody's read this, but this issue was heavy. There's a whole part where Betty is talking down somebody who's been diagnosed with HIV from committing suicide. And spoiler alert, at the end, they actually do it. It's like this issue is not for the faint of heart. But I remember, like, I don't know if it was this issue or another one when they talked about Jim getting AIDS and dying from it. There was one guy that wrote in, because I was always interested in the letters pages, and there was one guy that wrote in who was virulently homophobic and was saying stuff in his letter about how he would not let his son read any more Incredible Hulk comic books as long as gay characters were represented in a way that was positive, and that the only way they should be represented is if the Hulk destroys them for the monsters they are. And I thought, oh my God, wow.
He sounds lovely.
Yeah, and then
what a gentleman.
He's living his best life if he's from America now. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't even remember. To be honest with you, I don't think he was even from America. I think he was from another country. But I remember when that letter was printed, the editor said, like, your letter was the only negative one that we received out of hundreds for this, and we were not going to give you any satisfaction of glorifying your views or anything like that. And because they didn't outright condemn his views, there was another writer who wrote in a few issues later who was an openly gay dude, and he said, you know what, because you guys didn't openly condemn this guy's ignorance and homophobia, I'm not reading any more Incredible Hulk comic books. So it created this whole controversy in the letters page. It was really interesting to watch it unfold.
And on a lighter note, of course, Justin picked the issue 420.
Oh, right. Coincidence.
For a little razzle
sheer coincidence.
I was like,
that's a good choice.
I was like, yeah, it was a good choice, and I was like, oh, of course.
Yeah, it's a good
really
issue.
Interesting.
Really good. Yeah,
really interesting. The controversy was in in the letters pages and how that kicked off. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, again, this is another one pre-internet, so.
Yeah, well, this was 93 or 4, I think. So this was still.
It's like the back alleys of the forums, but not quite mainstream.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Maybe somebody's bitching about it in a Yahoo chat. I don't know.
On Netscape.
Oh dear.
Netscape.
Long live Netscape. Download Firefox.
Only because they're waiting for their AOL to come in the mail.
Yes, they're waiting for the disc. Yeah.
Shout out to all rural America who still have dial-up, believe it or not.
I saw a commercial a while ago. Can you get it through satellite now, like satellite internet?
Allegedly, but your best bet, unfortunately, is gonna be the Skylink from that man. So I'd rather be done at that point.
Skynet.
Damn Wayne internet.
Exactly.
Skynet.
All right, Kristen, you want to throw one of yours up? Well, I'll throw it up, but tell me what you want to talk about. All right.
She said surprise her.
I mean, everyone's doing comic books first. So
I'm thinking we'll do comic books this first round, and then maybe the second round, everyone throw up something that's not comic book. So.
Well, that was my only comic book one, so
Okay, good.
Oh, all right.
All right, Kristen.
I guess Rope's the main one. Yeah, I mean,
Nightwing 93. Yes.
Oh, what's this?
So this is the one where Nightwing witnesses so Tarantula, not the spider, but the female
tarantula,
vigilante wannabe in Bloodhaven that he's kind of been trying to mentor, but she's also been making his life a big pain. Blockbuster has also been making his life a big pain. Tarantula murders Blockbuster, shoots him, I think, right, Phil?
In the head. Yeah.
He deserves it. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, he found out who. He shoots him
in the head, and then Nightwing has a breakdown because he didn't stop her. He didn't like literally throw himself in front of the bullet, and he's having this breakdown, and they go onto the roof where it's raining, and Tarantula rapes him then when
what?
He's basically in the middle of a nervous breakdown, and she just
I think this is where Devin gets all the hate from.
Right, yes, yeah. He's almost like pseudo-catatonic as well. I mean, he's saying no, but his body kind of isn't working. He can't
I didn't even know
move. So that was obviously controversial, but I almost feel like it's more controversial for how it was dealt with, or of course in the case of comics, how it was not dealt with at all.
Well, again, he's been raped, he's been shot in the head at least twice, and it's like we never deal with this stuff like through therapy.
Yeah. Well, the Bad Family doesn't believe in therapy unless you're banging your therapist. We all know this.
Right. So, and it partially has more controversy, I think, in later years, as of course people.
That didn't age well, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. As we got more woke, as the kids say.
Did they ever go back and address it? Did they ever talk about it later?
Right, that's part of the problem. So part of the problem also was Devin gave an interview at some point, I think actually not that long after it came back, and people were like, so did Tarantula rape Nightwing? And of course the answer was yes, but it was 2004, and so people were still, I mean, that was 20 years ago, so people were still, we had issues in the early aughts. And so Devin said it was she wouldn't say it was rape, she just said it was non-consensual sex, which of course is
of
course is the same thing as rape.
Semantics?
Oh my
right, yeah.
God.
So then it became a bigger thing. And also, I think part of the reason the rape wasn't dealt with was because when the storyline was written, Devin and the editors, they almost kind of saw the rape as more of a, I forget the exact word, but Phil and I have talked to her before about it.
Yes, yeah, I was gonna say
They saw it more as like a metaphor almost for how broken down he was by what happened. So when this thing is finally dealt with, if you will, in the comics, he has a moment with Bruce, and Bruce is like, yo, snap out of it.
Shake it off.
You didn't kill Blockbuster. You know there's a difference between killing someone and just not throwing yourself in front of a bullet to save someone. So like, I don't hate you. You're still my boy. Let's go. Let's soldier on. And so, yeah. So I think it became a thing as we went on and people read more about it. And so I would say it's become more controversial after it was, I feel like it wasn't as I don't know. I wasn't actively reading comics in 2004. I came to it later, so maybe Phil can speak to it. But I feel as though it was not as controversial in the moment as it later became when people were reading trades and stuff. But I do also feel a little bad that Devin has said in interviews in various places that she regrets it and she would handle it differently. But when they reprint it, they keep like not reprinting anything of her saying, like, they reprinted it not that long ago, and they didn't ask her to do an intro for it where she could have said, like, hey, I kind of messed up, and you know, yeah, he was raped and we should have dealt with it better, but we didn't because it was 20 years ago. Sorry. So I still feel like DC's dealing with it badly by just pretending it didn't happen.
Get out of town,
head in the
Kristen.
sand.
I know, which is kind of their MO, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that about sums it up, right? Did I miss anything, Phil?
Yeah, no, I would say that's one of the
I'm glad I missed that one. That sounds like a mess.
Then they hit the road. I mean, he's kind of still half out of it. They like hit the road for like, you know, leading up the
A couple issues, yeah. She almost gets him to marry her because he's still in this kind of broken state. And of course, what breaks him out of it? Any guesses?
A big Batman crossover, War Games.
Yes, but specifically Bruce calls him and is like, I need you. And he's like, oh my God, Bruce needs me. I gotta go.
Daddy.
Drop everything.
Daddy.
That needs to be a drop.
You're welcome. It's about time for a new drop in 2025.
Oh, jeez. But yeah.
So yeah, of course, that was obviously the first thing that came to mind when Phil mentioned it. I was like, obviously we gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, Philly boy, what do you got?
All right, should I get the most obvious one out of the way? My most obvious one out of the way?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean, wouldn't it have been the same one that I just did?
Oh no.
No, I think I know it's
we've been hitting Wonder Woman Snickers ass.
This is it.
Oh, of course, I know which one.
Not only my least favorite story for this character, but my least favorite story in fiction.
Wow.
Fiction, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, the hatred
Spider-Man,
burns.
One More Day.
Yeah, there we go. There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
In the aftermath of Civil War, when
what would I do? I'd let that old biddy die. That's what I would do.
He's been shot by one of the Kingpin captains, and no one can help. So yes, the literal devil of the Marvel Universe, Mephisto, comes to Spider-Man and says, "I can save your aunt. I can even erase
your 90-year-old aunt.
I can even put your identity back in the box because you removed the identity of the world." So.
Mephisto,
give up your marriage.
Up to this point, who's never messed with Peter Parker before, who's never had a reason to mess with him.
No.
It'd be inconsequential, right? Like, you know.
Again, you got to remember, this is where my theory that Uncle Ben is totally Mephisto. This is the only logical explanation.
I love that.
Keep that old bat up there. I just put her down here. I'm enjoying my
Don't asking questions.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
End of the world is going to be the Watcher and Aunt May.
Because
maybe Mephisto is like a Puritan, according to H.L. Mencken. He is cursed with the haunting fear that someone somewhere may be happy.
That's exactly his problem.
He kind of throws out that line too, where he's just like, "Yeah, you know, you won't be consciously aware of it." He's like, "Your soul will be screaming and stuff." And then, like years later, Nick Spencer tried to retcon it. Although they wouldn't let him fully reverse it, but it was like, yeah, I think the retcon was like, yeah, Mephisto messed with them because they would have a daughter one day, and then the daughter would like battle Mephisto or something, something like that. But
whatever.
But no, like all it was like certain people in the Marvel offices didn't like Spider-Man being married. They tried for years to get rid of that marriage, like the Clone Saga, because had he been the clone, then she's just married to the clone, and they had a stalker kidnap her, and then like they blew up in an airplane.
Why do they hate him being married so much? Because they want him to be younger?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I guess they wanted him to seem young, but that's the thing. They would never have them get divorced. They don't want to divorce Spider-Man, but they'll take their flagship character and have him sell his marriage to the literal Marvel devil.
Meanwhile, freaking sweatpants Peter Parker in the freaking Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse is like everybody's favorite character.
And then and we're 18 issues into the new Ultimate Spider-Man where it's an older married Peter, and that's outselling the flagship title. Amazing.
Wow, it's outselling it. Wow.
And Mr. Brevoort will just not concede.
Do you think? I mean, Brevoort, acts like it's his decision, but do you think there's like higher ups who are just like, they can never get married? Because again, in like
probably
live action movies,
under Disney. This is the whole thing. Ever since Disney acquired them, it's been in the back of my mind. There's no freaking way they want them living in sin. So what the hell's the problem?
Well, that's what I thought
Yeah.
when Disney first bought them. People were like, "Oh yeah, they'll reverse that right away because since he sold his
and
marriage."
plus, they definitely want to get some more of that marriage magazine material, like they saw what Batman did. He didn't even get married.
To make far, yeah. At least they brought Superman's marriage back.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what with having all of these different lines, your ultimates and your absolutes and this kind of thing, there's jumping on points for new readers, but let's be real. It's not 8-year-old boys that are reading comics anymore.
It's people Phil's age, yeah.
Yeah, it's people who are married.
And it's so weird. It's lasted so long.
It's vicarious living. I don't know. Maybe it's the lady Doc protests too much. Maybe he's not happy in his marriage. I don't know.
What? But no, it's like, oh Lord,
they just don't know what they're doing.
I think it's corporate synergy, in all the live action movies and the animated stuff. He's either like in high school or right out of high school, and they don't think
nobody likes that story.
No, I know. And again, we have enough other Spider people now. It's like Miles Morales. You got your single Spider-Man there.
They want to sweep Miles under the rug too.
I know, but they got
we got a Spider family.
They got like 20 Spider people now. You got enough single Spider people.
Yeah.
Spider family.
They can literally have their cake and eat it too if they actually cleaned up Ben and brought him back from being a villain.
Well, I was gonna say, if they want young Spider-Mans, why didn't Peter and Mary Jane have a baby and we could have seen if the spider gene passes on?
We kind of know that it does technically.
We had a book in the late 90s, early 2000s, Spider Girl. Yes, it was set in an impossible future. Yep.
Tom DeFalco, baby.
Mayday Parker, that's right.
The Baloney Factory himself.
Woohoo!
That's a deep cut.
Lilith, dropping those drops. All right. Shall we get to round?
You, sir.
Shall we get to round 2? Yes, Ray.
Ray, what else you got?
Fight.
I know you got you got 3 that aren't
Oh,
poor baby.
I know she has to sit with Ray.
Not him again. Not him. How about the Predator film?
Oh, the Predator, yes.
Oh yeah.
I jumped to a film.
There we go. Good choice, Ray. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this?
What's wrong with this? Look, I think a lot of controversy came around the ending. Sorry, one sec.
Daddy took away my Batman toys. Ah! Daddy, where's Batman? Put Bluey on, Ray.
Put Bluey on.
No, he said they were watching Bluey. I was like,
hey, my puppers love Bluey.
I know.
Good show. Oh, is this the one with like Alfie? Oh, never mind. It's that 2018 movie or something. Yeah.
Yeah. This.
Wait,
yeah,
this is not the original Predator?
No. This is.
Now that I remember, and yeah.
Yeah, because the original movie was just called Predator. That's it.
And then we have some Predators with, is that Topher Grace or something?
Eric Foreman?
Yeah.
There's a lot of really bad Predator movies before the reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original?
He was. The original,
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Since Ray's chasing his child down, yes, Justin, another host of Predator
and Prey, the YouTube podcast. Yeah, no, I don't like
the
this
Predator
movie.
Hounds. Yes. Oh, that's all coming back to me. Ugh.
Yeah. I agree with Ray. It was mainly the ending of this one that did.
So what is the ending? I haven't seen it, and I won't. So.
Well, it involves this big, like, super predator, quote unquote, like this big mutated predator that's. God, I can't even remember. He's like 8 or 9 feet tall or something stupid like that. And it's just it stretches the point where of believability to the extreme. It was so terrible. And it wasn't to the point of, like, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie like Alien versus Predator Requiem that was so poorly lit. Like, you need a pair of infrared goggles to watch that movie to even understand.
Whoa, it was worse than Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Oh, yeah. a million times.
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Yeah, exactly. Kristen, we don't talk about them.
Sorry.
Well, it was very poorly lit.
That's all right.
Well,
You're
it's a
co-
Snyder
Oh,
film.
Requiem.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
hello?
Yeah, yeah.
that's all right, Ray. Your co-host on Predator and Prey, yes, was filling in for you.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you,
I'm
Justin.
saying that it's more watchable in that you can at least see what's going on in comparison to Requiem. But
That's true.
the story is not good.
Yeah, and even well, thankfully they stopped the other story, which had the Predators working with the army. So they had, with the government, and there were some liaisons and all that. But I think Shane Black, which is a real disappointment, considering he's a original cast member.
Yeah, he was in the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's one of the original cast. So originally, when this was announced, we were like, "Oh, cool! This is cool. Yeah, cool." But then once we got this, and I think that if I remember right, because I only saw this once, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm all set with that."
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Didn't
hardly
Shane
remember.
also direct it too, though?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
So,
he
yeah,
directed
there you
this
go.
and wrote it. Yeah,
Well,
And-
editorial sense of direction.
right.
Happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that super predator thing was part of the hybrid program that they were working on, some human predator hybrid or something. It was a mess.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Quinn, when he goes trick or treating in the armor, I was just like, oh no, I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, the whole autism representation, was a little bit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That really bugged me a lot. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Ray. Thank you. Yeah.
It somehow doubled its money though, so
It did.
watching
Yeah.
it.
When did it come out? Maybe we were desperate for entertainment.
2018,
I don't
so
think we were desperate at all.
No.
I think they were desperate to keep the IP alive.
Maybe word of mouth didn't get out quick enough.
maybe, or maybe that month there wasn't a lot of competition in the.
Maybe people heard it was heinous and they had to see for themselves, like a train.
Yeah, it became infamous. Yeah, like Morbius.
It's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time, baby.
That Jameson line from the first Spider-Man movie. He wants to be famous. I'll make him infamous.
We won't be seeing a sequel to Morbius anytime soon, will we?
I think Kraven the Hunter has a better chance of that.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was a movie.
Can't believe
Great
Madden
to
Web
watch it
was
with
in
the
this.
sound off. I'm telling you.
Oh my!
That's true. Yeah.
You watched it. Love out there.
There's parts of it that
I still gotta watch
No, it
it.
was on Netflix. I watched it when it was.
I know.
free.
Well, maybe she likes work, Ray. He's like, she wasn't crying when he had work meetings. Well, she likes work. Audience, we're joking. That wasn't Millie crying. That was Ray.
He's still crying that you did the.
Oh,
Batman
he
drop.
opened the episode with Batman drop. All right, should we move on?
All right, is it back to me?
I believe so.
All right. Image file. Yeah. Here we go. This is the only good thing Kevin Smith has ever done.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love this
yeah.
movie.
Probably the best thing, yeah.
I love this movie from top to bottom, start to finish, and all the lore behind it. But at the time, I guess I felt like the Catholics didn't like this.
No.
No.
They were mad.
The
Mad about that. Oh.
I mean, cool Catholics liked it. My professor of medieval history was one that told me I should watch it because he said it was so funny and bloody Jesus.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of I get it. Like, the Last Temptation of Christ, like any movie religious thing is gonna get a little bit of hate from people. It's like that What If God Was One of Us song. Like people sent her hate mail and wanted to kill her too. So
yeah. Crazy.
I think
it's just that thing.
I think because this is really the only Kevin Smith movie I've seen that Jay and Silent Bob being in it didn't really do anything for me. I was like, who are those guys? Like, what's up with them?
Right.
Dugans.
They're the audience insert essentially. So
Yeah.
Kevin Smith had to be in the movie.
Well,
it's his movie. That's his thing, man.
I know.
He's
Stan Lee's his own universe.
part of the brand.
Exactly.
Wait, wasn't George Carlin in the movie too? He didn't make the poster.
George Carlin's one of those too cool for school guys, man. I don't even need my name in the credits, man.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's true. He didn't.
Oh yeah, and the great Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Oh, the lore for Alan Rickman in this movie is amazing. Actually,
who was Alan Rickman in the movie? It's been a while.
The voice of Metatron, the voice of Dad Metatron.
Oh, okay.
Well, I forget how they pronounce it in this one, but yeah, him. And it's just like, yeah, he's like, I had to really be a serious director, man. I told everybody to get their shit together. He's like, Jason Mewes, you gotta learn your lines. And Jason Mewes like, I learned everybody's lines. They were just like so overwhelmingly like, you know, they wanted to impress him. And
I was curious.
to be really cool.
Do you know how they got Alanis Morissette for that movie? I was curious about that.
Friend of a friend asked her, and she said yes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
A cool girl. Of course she'd say yes to her friend. Kevin Smith was the guy in 1999.
That's true.
This
is
like one of the, and this movie, it you know, just recently now went back to theaters, and we can now get it on DVD. It was like a big, like, well, it had to do with Harvey Weinstein and distribution deal, but a lot of it had to do with the backlash from it too, and it was just really unfortunate that he had to go through it. But so yeah, like up until literally this year, you could not, like, they never showed showings of it. They never had it on available for DVD or streaming or anything. So like became practically, unless you had the original DVD from back in the day, you just weren't watching this movie. Or unless you're a pirate, you know, whatever.
Right. I believe I rented it from Blockbuster.
Nice. Yeah.
Man, one of those things I would go back in time. Like, I'm going to become the CEO of Blockbuster. I'm going to take Netflix up on their offer, baby. We're changing. That's the timeline. That's when the timeline went bad.
Unless Hollywood Video gets there first.
You know what? Good idea. Good idea.
Corporate warfare.
Battle of the home video.
Yeah, but this movie is just great. I get why, like, you know, if you're like deeply religious and way too serious, you would really hate this movie. But I find it kind of actually, some of the messages deeply profound in a weird way. And that's giving Kevin Smith a lot of credit.
Yeah.
And now, did you see he's contributing a Marvel DC crossover story to that Batman? Yeah.
We knew it was coming, bro.
He wrote both characters. Yeah, the Green Arrow, Daredevil.
We called it coming.
Oh, right. That's right. Let's forget about that.
At least it kind of makes sense in a cash grabby way.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's matured and he can get it out on time.
Well,
he's definitely become a better business person in his later life, especially since he lost all the weight. Like ever since he had like the scare and lost all the weight, I feel like he's been a little more serious.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Lots to be said about Kevin Smith. We had a whole Smith timber about it.
Smith timber.
So the whole we could do another one, cover the movies and stuff. The Green Arrow Daredevil story. It'll be a race to see who pees themselves first, or
Batman, baby, Green Batman, Red Batman.
Finish that damn the widening gyre story, damn it.
No, don't ever finish it. It's fine.
Whoa.
Totally okay with that.
15-year cliffhanger. All right. I forgot, Justin. You don't have one that's not comics, right?
No, I stick to comics.
Yeah. That's okay.
Well, I'll branch out with the next one.
All right. Let's see. What show should we go? Okay. Maybe we'll go to the most controversial. Because written by a man from outside of comics. Identity Crisis.
Boo.
Brad Meltzer. Yes, kid starts with a flashback.
Brad Meltzer alone, okay? He tried his best.
Starts with a flashback of Dr. Light invading the Justice League watchtower or satellite and raping Sue Dibney, the elongated man's wife. And then as the League's deciding whether they want to kill him, they decide to have Zatanna brainwash him, and then Batman shows up and disagrees with that. Then they have to wipe Batman's memory, and
it's a domino of very bad life decisions. Yes. Like, where is Iron Man when you need him?
Hey, Kristen. Kristen, you may know this one as the story where Captain Boomerang kills Tim Drake's father. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only thing I know. I was like, oh yeah, Jim's dad dies.
Yeah, and I hated that too. It's just
Yeah.
everything about this. I hate.
I don't think I actually read Identity Crisis, just aside from the one where Tim Drake's dad dies.
Yeah, and then this led right into Infinite Crisis, didn't it? It was right after.
It was
this?
always the crisis of some kind.
It was, yeah, and
Infinite
Batman
Crisis,
making Brother Eye and all this stuff. I was like, I don't.
Oh, which
I'm
led
not
into
this.
Confluence, actually. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this is one terrible slew of decisions.
Literally. Led into Not So Final Crisis.
So bad.
Infinite Crisis will never be a Final Crisis.
Oh my lord!
So
But yeah, when I first read this and the part with Sue Dibney and Dr. Light, I was like, what is this? What am I reading? This is gross. This is beyond gross. I hate this.
I mean, what's worse?
Editors let it through.
I mean, what's worse for a female character, fridging or like just the?
Well, you can have the combo of getting graped and then fridged. You know.
I guess, yeah. Because didn't she die in this story too?
Later on, not during the.
It wasn't during this.
No, because it was years later. Because it was like because she gets murdered years late, like in the present, and then they're like, oh, this is have to do with back in the day.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, but.
Because Doctor,
tell me you stole everything from Watchmen without telling me you stole everything.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, because stupid Dr. Light, after he's in the middle of this assault, this Justice League shows up and just beats the crap out of him. And then he's still going on about, I'll find out who you all are and to attack your loved ones and stuff.
So stupid.
That's what Hawkman's like. Yeah, let's just kill him and the rest.
And Dr. Light,
the only good idea Hawkman ever had. Let's be honest.
Dr. Light, of all the villains that they could have picked,
get it because it's Dr. Light.
You know what they
super dark Dr. Light.
Well, you know why they did that too. Brad Meltzer was trying to explain why Dr. Light used to be like a Justice League caliber villain, then all of a sudden he was getting beat on the regular by their kids in the Teen Titans.
I mean, your age, man.
I was gonna say, they could have just solved that by I got old.
Vulture, baby. Don't forget Vulture exists.
Wow.
Okay.
See, but that's the golden age style where you can solve this in one panel, not 6 issues.
Right.
Yeah, because they basically gave him a magic lobotomy. It wasn't even just wiping his memory like they did Batman. They're like, yeah, let's make Dr. Light, a little dumber, not as evil.
So it's just so terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, and this marked a change in tone overall in DC for years to come that I did not like.
Yeah, grimdark rules.
Grimdark. I remember, both sides, Marvel and DC. I remember this was like the point for me where I'm like, oh yeah, stuff's getting dark like this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Infinite Crisis, then Marvel Civil War,
and that drove me away from the Marvel stuff. I'm like, I can't deal with this gritty, grim, dark crap. This is stupid.
I like Infinite Crisis better though. I mean, it's much better than
Identity Crisis. Well, that's
but I mean, there's some. Come on, Phil. As Dick Grayson fans, they're redeeming things about Infinite Crisis because because they thought he was going to die, so everyone was talking about how great he was.
Oh yeah, that's the funniest story. Yeah, I love that story. Yeah, they were instead of Superboy, they were going to kill off Nightwing at the end of Identity or Infinite Crisis, and supposedly the word got out because was it the Dido? I think said he was at the airport and one of the baggage handlers was like, I ain't going to give you your bag until you tell me you're not going to kill Nightwing.
Yeah.
And even people in the office, they're like, no, don't think crazy.
You better not do it, bro.
And as we all know from Zero Hour, if their little plans get spoiled, then they can't possibly stick to them. Yeah. They've got to change them.
And sometimes it's worse.
Yeah.
Although that was good. I didn't want to kill Nightwing, but.
Oh yeah, but. They would have just brought it back and then at the end.
Yes. All right, let's move on here so we can get some more in here. Hey, Ray's back.
Hello.
Got over his tanty. All right. All right. Kristen, let's go to yours.
Yeah, do the other comic book one.
Oh, no, I thought we were gonna do the one that wasn't a comic.
Oh, I thought that was
the one Justin and Phil left out.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do the other comic one?
Yeah, do the other comic book one, and then I'll do, because it's kind of related.
Oh, I didn't even pick cover for this. I picked something that'll get some attention. Yes. Well, Kristen picked in New Teen Titans, leading up to 100 when Mirage Starfire's place. And again, basically, Kristen gets raped again because she's with them.
Well, actually, this is the first time.
This is the first time, yeah. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
So, and then not only did she sleep with Dick while she was impersonating Starfire, but she did some photo shoots.
Wow.
I knew that was great.
Well, she also tied Starfire up and left her in a room.
For how long?
I think it was several days, at least a week. I don't know. You know how time is.
When the cake's just too tantalizing, you gotta tie up your sister to go get her leftovers, man.
So again, this is one of those kind of like the last one. This is more controversial later as people understand more. I mean, this is not. So Starfire is tied up by Mirage, and Mirage takes her place because Mirage is a shapeshifter, and Mirage has this infatuation with Nightwing, as one does. And she impersonates Starfire and has sex with him, and then later she tells everyone, I had sex with Nightwing, and while Starfire, and people were giving him crap, like, I can't believe you couldn't tell it wasn't your girlfriend, like, how
Oh,
could you
God.
not know? And one of
even she was giving him crap.
You missed the point. It's kind of like when old boy marries the scroll.
Right, and someone was like, oh, you're a cheater. So it was a hot mess. Again, they didn't deal with it. They didn't treat it as a sexual assault. They treated it as...
And again, Starfire was a victim too, but yeah, Dick was actually one physically assaulted. Well, I mean, Starfire was tied up and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, Starfire was physically assaulted. Nightwing was
sexually assaulted.
And they didn't treat it. They didn't treat it well at all. And again, I don't know how controversial, because this came out in the early '90s, so I was too young to be reading the comics then. But no, I know nowadays when people go back and read it, they're like, what the? And particularly the way the other Titans reacted, it just feels very off, because the Titans are...
Yeah, because Dick got most of the blame, a lot of the blame, yeah.
Right, and the Titans are a family, and it just... I mean, it seems like this... I mean, Mirage violated two of their people very obviously. Others, I mean, she tricked people, all the rest of them, into thinking that she was Starfire. It seems like they should have kicked her out, immediately, but instead they were all like, maybe there's good in her, let's try to make it work. And never really, and I mean, beyond that, they never really dealt with what happened to Dick, or really what happened to Starfire. I mean, Starfire also, they were like, I know that she tied you up and locked you in a room for a week, but
nobody's going to therapy.
People from the future are gonna be people from the future, I guess.
I guess.
So I feel like it's more controversial now because they, again, in classic DC fashion, didn't deal with it.
Yeah, again.
I don't know what's happening at DC, seriously. I don't know what's going on.
We've had a lot of eyebrow-raising people at the helm of DC.
But I feel I did this one second, even though it's first, because I feel like this one is less well-known. Because Titans was definitely on the skids by the point that this happened. So
yeah, because Marv Wolfman was still writing, George Perez was gone. Yeah.
Not as many people were reading it.
Yeah.
All right. Should I go for comic or a non-comic?
Surprise us, Podfather.
Yes.
Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. Just this year.
Oh
no.
In his last year in WWE.
Oh.
After 25 years, yes, they turned John Cena heel, which caused, again, you could look at all kinds of internet videos of children crying. My 26-year-old nephew is still in shock. But
What does that mean for the uninitiated?
he won
He's the bad guy now.
Well, he won the championship, and he says when he quits in December, he's gonna ruin wrestling, and it's not gonna happen. But yes, he was before. Oh God, what was that? Was that no, it wasn't Royal Rumble. Before one of the big events, The Rock, The Rock came out and asked Cody Rhodes, then champion, to sell him his soul, and he'll promise him all kinds of success in the industry. And when Cody answered, Cody literally told Rock, he said, "Rock, go F yourself."
It's giving P. Diddy. I don't like that.
It sounded like little Rock, go F yourself. That's when they do the surprise. Once Cena turns heel, Cody Rhodes in the nuts, and then they have a match. And
I mean, he's been wearing jorts for 25 years. The signs have always been there.
I know. I mean, well, it's kind of weird. Well, he wants to. This is his last year in wrestling because he wants to get out before he's 50. I forget if he's
He'll come crawling back like they always.
He's
do.
48
He's 48
or 49. I don't know if the acting stuff doesn't dry up. He might not. I don't know.
It's dried up.
Well,
he's in the Fast and Furious franchise. That's where people go to die, man. Their careers go to die. I'm the super fan. Nobody else can say that.
Lilith's favorite. Oh. Peacemaker season 2's coming out.
We'll see how that goes.
There's something disturbing about a 48 or 49-year-old man in jorts. Sorry, Kevin Smith. All right, should we do one more round?
Yeah, one more round.
Yeah, it's almost
sure.
an hour already. All right, Ray, we're up at the top of the batting order. So, all right, pick one more.
I can't remember what I sent you. Hang on. Let me have a quick look. Okay, here we go. Okay. Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
He's just getting everybody mad.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess the main thing
You could at least pick the Genesis one. Why'd you have to go?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But this one stuck out. This one was kind of, for me, obvious because of killing off John Connor right at the beginning. So that was I think that got a lot of people, a lot of Terminator fans up in arms. And this was kind of like a changing of the guard, I guess. So to shift from John Connor being the core character of the Terminator lore and shifting it over to, oh my god, I can't even, is it Dana? The who ends up being the oh my god, I can't even remember.
The new savior of humanity.
Is she she's not the mother? No, she was just the leader of the resistance, I think, or she's one of the leaders of the resistance. So I really enjoyed this film. I thought oh god, I'm terrible with names.
Came back to direct it, so it was just like
god, what's her name? Davis. She played as you can see on the poster, the one with the chain. She was really cool. I thought she she's got some acting chops, and I thought she brought it to this with what she could do. Linda Hamilton was a little bit hammy, and unfortunately so was Arnold, but hey, he's always kind of hammy. But yeah, the controversy, I think, with the killing off John Connors, I think that was the big thing.
That was totally. Yeah, I remember the first time.
He's never been that big. Like he's been like the MacGuffin of the series, but he's never actually really done. They've struggled outside of, I'll say, Sarah Connor Chronicles. They've struggled to develop John Connor as a character within the franchise. So, like, to me, it was kind of like a logical conclusion, but like the way that they did it was kind of messed up.
Yeah, the way they did it, definitely.
Oh yeah, the opening scene and stuff. But I totally agree with you because Terminator Chronicles that really kind of developed that whole John Connor thing. And I think that's where a lot of people, a lot of the fans kind of were leaning on, like, in to get that history with John Connor. But yeah, I mean, is it Genesis? That was a terrible one as well.
Genesis was terrible.
That did John Connor.
Also, they were setting up John to be the bad guy. So it's like all these different alternate things. It's like John has not actually been the good guy, but like one time when you really think about it.
Yeah.
But people always go back to the original, like no matter how.
True, fair enough.
Yeah, and they always it's like okay, Michael Biehn, Linda Hamilton. You know, John Connor being the son that, you know, leads everyone. So yeah, it's hard to sway purists
John Connor,
away from that.
JC, you know.
Yeah,
Another Christ allegory.
Exactly.
Everything's a Christ allegory if you try hard enough in fiction. Just saying.
Yeah, but has everyone watched this one? Like Phil, Kristen? No.
Yeah,
Justin,
I saw it in the theater.
I saw it once. I'd say my memory is foggy.
Okay. I mean, the action is great. I think the action is really good, and the bad, like the Terminator, who again I'm terrible with. He played Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
T1 million or whatever he is. Yeah, I thought he was interesting. Yeah,
he was good. Yeah, I think
the action was good. Yeah,
action was awesome.
They needed a better story. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna put it back to, I can't see her name. She should be in the title there. But again, who we think she's a cyborg, like she's kind of an augmented human. Yeah. I thought she stole the show for me. Like her acting, she was kind of not on par with Ripley, but just the pathos, you know, for her was really good. I think it was really good.
She was really great.
Yeah. So yeah.
And congratulations on your restraint for not mentioning Bendis's Moon Knight, which was also on your list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One day we need to do just like best best stories, so Ray can like put Batman 497 as every pick. You know, when Bane breaks Batman's back.
That's up there.
Top 10.
Maybe we should do best and worst stories by the same author.
Oh,
that's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Best writer,
Best the worst.
Yes.
All right, Queen, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna pick a WWE moment as well.
Ooh,
you know what this is? Montreal Screwjob, 1997. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. You know, they changed, which is like so dangerous. They literally, so if you don't know, this is a big spoiler. Wrestling is fake. They rehearse and they know the outcomes, but in this particular match, they changed the outcome without Hart's knowledge, and he lost.
Oh.
And that's why. And this was in Montreal, so that's why they call it the Montreal Screwjob. And this is from like 1997. Yeah. So this broke my heart for him. Seriously.
Well, the Hitman has been around for ages. I followed wrestling back in '86.
I mean, he's not active now, but
yeah. No, but I mean that was in the '90s though. Still. Yeah. That's a long time.
This is a really like. Charlie used to talk about Andre. This was my Andre the Giant moment right here. That and when Mick Foley got fucked up on all those chairs and that chairs and ladders match.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
This one right here, all the fans know.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon can suck a dick.
Whoa!
Right of it, it's fine.
Hey, you know what's funny? I had one other WWE moment on my list. It was the match between him and Stephanie. Whoever lost. Yeah, I mean, literally, Vince McMahon was choking out his daughter with like a steel pipe until his wife came down and was like basically.
I felt like that was for real. Like Vince McMahon is a maniac.
Oh yeah, he wasn't his son, his daughter. He wasn't afraid to put his family in the storyline.
He kept picking incest lines for his kids. I'm just like, bro, somebody get your grandpa.
Or there was stuff where like his wife's catatonic in a wheelchair and he's like making out with women in front of her.
Oh God!
What? God.
Yeah, man, WWE, man. Yeah.
Wait, I wonder why the company ousted him. I don't know.
He was a WWF. Y'all, if you weren't living in that era, bro, you don't know.
Attitude Era.
XFL, like all that. Yeah, you're just missing out, man.
He's probably a really nice guy in real life, right?
It's
It's
been proven. He's a demon. I can say it. I don't even have to say allegedly.
Oh my. All right, Kristen. I'll get to your last pick here, which is a non-comic moment here. All right. So I'm guessing you're talking about the whole saga of these two.
Yeah, I mean, this one I had help on because I mentioned to my mom that we were doing controversial storylines.
Laura,
and she was like, oh, like Luke and Laura on General Hospital? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll throw them up there.
This was a big deal.
Yes, in the 80s. So I am not super well versed in this, but Luke was a cool guy. Laura was, engaged to this other guy. Luke really loved her. He rapes her. I realized that all of mine were about rape. Rape is bad, kids. Don't do it.
And when you don't keep using it as a gotcha too in fiction, though, so you know.
And when they do, and when they don't deal with it properly, it makes an extra terrible storyline.
Yeah.
And so, of course, in this one, Luke rapes Laura, but they kind of try to play it like he didn't really, because Luke is a good guy, and good guys don't do things like rape. And then Laura ends up falling in love with him and getting married to him, which is
a non-white dress, by the way. I know you can't tell from this, but they made a very specific point of this dress not actually being white when you see it like on the actual show, like in video. It's not actually white. It's like
pink. Is it ivory?
No.
It's pink, actually.
Pink.
Like it's like an ivory pink. It's got like this pinkish undertone. It's just like I was not white because she's not a virgin. I'm just like, ooh, just like keep rubbing the salt in the wound, homie. Listen, my grandma would this devastated my grandma. Okay.
Right? Yeah, it was big shakes, I guess, in the 80s. Yeah.
I remember the curly hair. That's all I remember from General Hospital.
I remember was it ABC News? Yeah, it had to be ABC News because General Hospital was on ABC States.
I was cracking
up
all
over the place.
Yeah, I was cracking up with my own because General Hospital is actually one of the more terrible soap names because some of them, they have these great like Shakespearean titles like The Young and the Restless, As the World Turns. And then it's like General Hospital.
Days of Our Lives.
Right, yeah. Or like your Australian one, Home and Away. Like, I don't know, that sounds kind of important, but then like General Hospital. Like, sounds like an ER show.
It's a little bit bland, I'd have to say. Yeah, I mean, considering what's happened as you've described in like the one episode.
Yeah, apparently her parents were doctors, so everyone didn't have to be a doctor. You could be a nurse too, or related to a doctor or a nurse.
You could be a orderly.
You have to be in the medical industry.
Cafeteria worker.
And what is this? The photo? Is that just like a fan photo of them together again, or are they married in real life, or what?
No,
no.
Jeannie Francis in real life is married to Jonathan Frakes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Commander Riker.
Oh, the guy with the beard. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You didn't know that?
Guy with the beard?
Oh.
I'm not a Trekkie. I don't.
How dare you?
As long as she's not married to Odo, I think that's pretty good, right?
Never heard of the Riker maneuver? Come on.
More ways than one.
And coincidentally enough, Jonathan Frakes back in the day before Star Trek and all that, like, used to, I guess, did he work for Marvel directly, Lilith? But he dressed
really
like he made appearances dressed as a Marvel character, and it was Captain America. He dressed as Captain America.
Really?
What?
He's a tall man. Listen, young Jonathan Frakes can get it.
Oh yeah.
Respectfully or disrespectfully.
Let's say it must be before the Riker beard.
Before the
beard.
Riker beard.
Like, listen, they literally call it putting on the beard. Star Trek was nothing before the beard.
Next gen, yeah, no.
I like that for shaving Will Riker. Yeah.
What was that, Justin?
Everyone
you like a shaven Riker?
It's like, I always tell people, you can actually skip you can skip the seasons of Deep Space Nine until actually James, you see Avery Brooks is bald, because that's when Cisco becomes Cisco, baby.
That's when he starts
like, nobody believes me. Like, I don't know about this Cisco character. I'm like, trust me, just wait for it. Once he's bald, he's got the goatee back. He is in full Avery Brooks mode.
Once he starts all those war crimes.
Hey, man. Cisco did nothing wrong.
I know. All right, Justin, you want me to pick your last one? Or do you want to pick?
Let's do the Spider-Man one.
Okay. Yeah, we got a lot.
Ooh, what's this one? A lot of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yes, Spider-Man's been through the ringer.
Yeah, he has.
It's controversial, but not necessarily bad.
Silk?
No, it's just Kraven's Last Hunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where it starts with Kraven looks like he shoots and kills Spider-Man and buries him alive, but he basically just tranquilizes him with some of his jungle herbs. So
I'm like, clearly that's a tranquilizer gun.
So basically, Spider-Man's still alive, but he's buried in a grave for 2 weeks until he bashes his way out.
How very Jason Todd.
You know what? It's interesting because J.M.D. Mateus wrote this, and he said this originally. His original thought was not for a Spider-Man story, but a Batman story for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
Justin,
who was it that was the nemesis for this?
himself fighting with himself.
Well, there you go.
Buried himself.
Well, I mean, Craven is the big, but Vermin.
No, I mean...
No, if it was a Batman.
Batman.
The Batman idea. Was it Hugo Strange or somebody like that?
Maybe. Or a Scarecrow,
Well, next time we talk to him, we'll have to
Batman's
ask him.
cowl.
Write that down.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess
The Batmobile went rogue on him.
Ran him over.
Ran him over. Exactly. He forgot the remote. He sat on the remote control.
All right, this is all talking about Ray. The suggestions you're making remind me of near the beginning of Teen Titans Go to the movies when they keep announcing these movies, and Robin keeps thinking he's gonna get a movie, and they're like,
Batmobile.
Utility belt. Batmobile.
Don't give them ideas.
I'm assuming, Justin, that the controversial thing
what is
not Craven's costume, but that Craven commits suicide at the end.
Yes.
This
was another place where I read the letters after the fact, because I was reading this as it was coming out, and I read the letters, and there was this one woman who was pissed about the fact that her son read this. She was very religious, and
no, that's rightly so though. Like, it is a little irresponsible, because like you can get ideations, like especially at a young age.
Totally. I mean, at the age that I read this, I think I was like 8 or 9 when I was reading this. I was like, this is heavy for a kid to be reading in a comic book. Like this, you can see the dude in the silhouette, him putting the muzzle of the gun in his mouth. Like
this
is pretty heavy
graphic.
shit for a Spider-Man comic book. Like,
and I mean, it was as permanent as a death gets in comics because he really doesn't come back until like
So necessity dictates.
Yeah, next century. Yeah, like around 2010, 2009, 2009, 2010, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But I remember this woman's letter. She was like, I will never let my son read any more publications from Marvel Comics because of this. This conflicts with my religious views, and I will not have him exposed to any of this suicidal ideation or any of this stuff. And I thought, wow. I think that there were a couple of other letters that were maybe not as harsh as that one, but they were kind of along the same viewpoints. Like they were arguing from a religious standpoint that it was irresponsible to have that.
And like to have a trigger warning, and like the like the
Lilith.
trigger warning.
Lilith.
I think
trigger warning.
I'm serious.
I think
they would have to have like the hotline on the back, the whole thing.
Oh yeah. And again, it's like, God forbid, maybe we have a discussion about mental illness.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I guess it's also
1987. Never mind.
It's probably the way they portrayed it as well. I mean, it's a little bit more forward than, say, remember in West Coast Avengers, Hank is very suicidal as well.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of implied, but you don't see a shadow of him, offing himself. So, yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I love for just reading the letters page. Let's see what's the most controversial story.
Yeah, I was like, who's going to write in the bitch about this comic book today?
And it was such a weird tonal shift too, because this was the story immediately following when they got married.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa.
This was the first thing out of the gate after.
Welcome to the honeymoon, babe. She gets
right under the feet.
I know. And then meanwhile, like Mary Jane, because he's gone for 2 weeks. She's like, "What happened? Did he, he's Spider-Man? Did he get killed? Did he,
Welcome to the honeymoon.
That's something. Yeah. We don't really touch on anymore. He's super Spider. He never has a threat anymore.
And I know Justin didn't pick this for that Craven costume, especially that's on that second cover there.
Oh, the loincloth. Yeah, it's a loincloth. There's some nudity in that story too. I was like, all right. Some Mike Zeck nudity will do it up.
That's the man who puts lion eyes over his nipples.
After them nips, or you're gonna get censored. He knows.
He's like, my eyes are up here.
Oh, shit. All right. let's see. What do I got? How should I wrap this up?
Give us a juicy one.
Phil, did neither of us pick Jason Todd dying?
No.
I'm sorry to tell you, Kristen, it's actually not controversial.
Everyone was.
It was at the time. It was at the time.
They put it to a vote, and the voters said. Although, as we see, voters are really unreliable.
Voters don't know shit. That's been proven time and again.
Okay, here's some controversy.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh, right.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, baby.
I want to say, oh yeah, okay.
Avengers 200.
Oh, you mentioned this one.
I
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
picked this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the whole thing starts a few issues before, where Carol Danvers, then going by Miss Marvel, gets suddenly just spontaneously gets pregnant, and then within the span of what, days, gives
This
birth
is
to a
the
child.
Carol Danvers I love, by the way, guys.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Yeah.
So anyway, the child rapidly ages, and it's a guy named Marcus. Was he a Mortis' son or something supposedly?
Something like that.
But he's like he fell in love with Carol, watching her from Limbo, where he lived, and then
Freak.
all of a sudden, and he even mentions, with a subtle boost from whatever machines he was using, he made her fall in love with him, and then like in this issue, she decides to like go off with him back to Limbo to supposedly live happily ever after. And the Avengers are like, oh yeah, okay, good, yeah, okay, bye.
This is what I mean. These are co-workers,
Right.
not a family.
And her baby aged in
Yeah.
a matter of days?
Yes.
Must be a xenomorph.
Yes,
Hey,
please.
and then became the man who was trying to woo her.
Yeah,
Which
that's
came first? This issue or that episode of Star Trek Next Generation? Where she
Was it something similar?
I think this came first because I think this was
What
this-
year? It's
Yeah,
1980.
this is
It says it.
I was gonna say this
No?
is early '80s, so
Yeah.
this is-
Oh,
Yeah, it says 1980 on there. Yeah.
Marvel,
Oh,
you
no.
might want to get some money from Paramount. I hear
Well,
they're merging.
And again, Chris Claremont, who had wrote Carol's original series, again, remember that was at Avengers Days of the 10, where it's like, Carol basically she gets back to Earth and basically tells the Avengers, she's like, you just thought I was going to go off with this creepy guy,
Who wrote this one?
Come on, we want names.
I want the Toys R Us shopping spree.
Yeah. $3,000. Lovely.
And that's 1980 money.
I know. You can buy the
Like damn near
store.
$10,000.
You get a lot of
Yeah.
that.
That would buy a whole. Well, again, I think. Oh god, that might be
Actually,
$4.
I would need it to be KB Toy Stores because those are the ones that had the
Yes.
special limited edition Star Trek figures.
Yes, they
Toys
had
R
a
Us
better
did not
selection.
carry those.
They
Okay.
had a better selection.
We had 4 writers on this.
Oh
No.
boy.
That
What?
explains it.
David Nicolini,
Okay.
Oh, I like him.
Bob
Okay.
Layton,
Oh, he's cool.
George Perez, who I'm.
Oh.
Well, he does. He's
Okay.
a little creepy something every now and then.
And of course, it's all going to make sense when I mention the 4th name. Oh, we get fancy in this, Mr. James Shooter.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
They were in the
Alright.
bullpen having a few drinks. Yep.
Yeah.
It all makes
Yeah,
sense.
It
yeah.
all ties together now. All right.
Wow.
Well,
James
we could have
Shooter
pulled him
was
off when we saw him
responsible
last
for that-
year, but
that
yeah,
Dazzler
he's like
motion
7 foot
picture
tall.
special that we did. Oh.
Well, there you
No.
have
Wow.
it, folks.
Yeah, this is on list. Oh, can I do one more?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're
So
the
many.
Father, Phil.
I kind of cheated and lumped 2 things together, but it's by the same writer, so
Oh, all right.
it just, I guess I'm calling the writer controversial for
Okay.
yes, this individual did quite a bit of damage in the 80s.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about? Bingo!
Oh.
Ah, yeah, of
That
course.
guy.
Come on, do the drop.
I did it! What's Frank Miller's style of writing? I mean, and again, you can tell how he feels. I mean, Lilith and I always say this. It's like, what woman hurt him in this past?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, every story of his, you can
well,
pinpoint it.
again, look, Daredevil Born Again. Karen Page comes back after how many years? But she comes back as a drug addicted porn star. Who
Well,
sells-
she did just
Crazy.
come back from LA to be fair. To be fair.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then
He
even like the Dark Knight Returns. Sorry, Ray,
Yeah.
Batman. The Dark Knight Returns. What's Selena Kyle doing? She's running a brothel.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nuts.
And more recently, maybe a couple of years ago, I think Frank Miller did one of those milestone issues for Superman. I remember we did that on the podcast with Connor. And again, you can just guarantee how he'll write the female characters, and lo and behold, like she's like a prostitute or something. It's like it's like
Never deviates from it.
no, it's consistently like there.
Like, who the
Formula.
hell let Frank Miller write like actual Superman that's not in a Batman book? That was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's also pretty homophobic, yet his Batman stuff is extremely homoerotic.
Listen, a lot of that stuff from the like 70s to like mid 90s is super homoerotic.
I mean,
It's like, and they were roommates.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Frank Miller for many reasons, but The Dark Knight and then The Dark Knight Returns, The Dark Knight Strikes Again, whichever the one where he turns my man Dick Grayson into a like weirdo, crazy Joker clone that's like, I wouldn't have done anything for you, Bruce. Why didn't you love me?
Oh,
so
wow.
bad, man.
And if you
Yeah.
people
Like,
think
dang.
we're being rough, I point you to All-Star Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
That's another thing we pretend like doesn't exist.
Oh,
Bat-
yeah.
Batman's
Eat those
fucking-
rats and like
Batman's
it.
making Dick Grayson eat rats in the Batcave. Yeah,
Yeah, eat
What?
those rats and like it.
What?
I'm the
He's
goddamn
training him to be a
Batman.
weapon, Ray.
Gosh.
His parents were dead for 5 minutes. He's training the kid to be a weapon.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Dude's
Oh
got
my
some
god!
problems.
And then just like they didn't even fit. What was that series supposed to be like? 12 issues or something? What they stopped at like 10 or 11? Yeah,
Yeah, they're like, we've had enough.
That's enough.
We've had enough. Yeah,
Cut,
that's
pull the
enough.
plug.
Frank.
Pull the plug.
Yeah.
It was Frank
We're-
Miller writing, Jim Lee art. So of course for issues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Butt and panties. Yeah.
They're like,
I mean,
Frank,
it looks good. I mean, yeah, the art is really
the art's
good.
fine, but yeah.
But
they're like,
so-
Frank, we're
well,
gonna
and
do
then
what
there's-
the movie studio should have told you when you were gonna make the Spirit movie and tell you no, Frank, no.
And the issue there's like that one issue where Batgirl's cussing all the time, so like everything Batgirl says
Oh,
is just like
yeah.
a blip, blip.
No, I think that's like the Charlie Brown sound actually, because I feel like that's how he hears women. Wah, wah,
Oh!
Oh, that little muffled. Yeah.
wah, 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 wah. Take out the trash, wah, wah, wah,
And yeah,
wah.
and then doesn't Batman have sex with Black Canary like on a dock or something?
Yeah, after they blow
Oh.
some shit up, yeah, and then it's just like, yeah.
You're gonna have
Explosions
to.
make them horny. I mean, relatable,
Yeah.
man.
Extremely unsanitary.
If anyone wants to wed Lilith Hellfire, yes, bazooka as a dowry, it will work.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to
mean,
tell
you
me
can
that
get
issue
a
number,
tank.
Phil. Asking
You
for
know
a
that
friend.
you can legally own a tank at least in Florida. You just have to actually have the gun decommissioned, and you can actually like roll around in a tank. So I'm just saying, my true love will have a tank and a bazooka. That's how I'll know.
I was gonna say, yeah, then you just strap the bazooka to the tank.
That's right.
Lilith,
Or just fill the tank with all of your other guns that you're allowed to have in Florida.
A
Exactly.
mobile arsenal.
Lilith, quit getting excited over weaponry. Do you hear what Ray said? He's like, "What's that Black Canary issue? Asking for a friend."
I know, it's one of the all-star issues. 8,
Okay.
9, 10, somewhere in there.
Excellent. I'll track it down.
If you have the app, don't
For a friend.
don't try the floppies. Just get the app.
This is still a reminder of karma, because if you look at Frank Miller's latest illustrations, we see
Oh.
that karma
He-
has,
something's-
has visited itself harshly upon this man.
Ray, there she is.
Yeah.
There she is on the cover doing her
Oh,
high.
jeez. Oh, my God. Again, DC. What is happening with DC?
Is it Jim Lee doing that?
That's Jim
What is
Lee.
going
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
on?
there we go.
Jim Lee back-
You heard
Jim
of
Lee
Sample
Black
Simmons'
Canary.
right hook. Well, Jim Lee's got a high kick for you.
It looks like she hurt herself.
And I like
Crazy.
a kick.
A mess.
Oh, my goodness me. DC.
So yes, people write in if you can defend any of those, except for the Frank Miller. There is no defense for that. So
Well, you know, Frank Miller's always going to have his fanboys, so we might
That's
a little hate the
true.
comment.
Yeah.
But we
Like-
welcome any engagement, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
like his deranged protege, Kevin Smith.
I don't think that's his George protege. I think.
We
I
work
just
him out
think
with
that's
that-
how
yeah.
people wrote in the 90s, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he
just-
even admits.
No, I don't think his prefrontal cortex was developed, and I'll just give him a pass. He seems like he's matured a little bit. Like I'm gonna just leave it at that.
No.
And again, everyone has their own taste, but for God's
Mm-hmm.
sake, people don't like Frank Miller draw anymore.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
The
they look.
troll, bro. That
it's
Wolverine
terrible.
cover. I I will never forgive.
Yeah, Wolverine looks like a troll. Yeah.
Did you see the new Spider-Man one?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
He's
Yeah.
literally getting paid to troll the fans, and that's not cool.
Yeah, so bad. Phil said it looked like he drew it with his feet.
Oh, sweet. That's a foot joke. That's not Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh yeah, that was on Justin's list. Heroes Reborn.
Well, duh.
oh, yeah, Heroes
Also,
Reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dial H for zero. Dial H for hero.
God.
Rob Liefeld could draw a cat with big boobs, but still no feet.
Russell just woke up from a dead sleep. Cat titty.
Oh, jeez.
Howdy, y'all.
Nom nom nom. All right, kids. All right, Ray.
On that zany note.
On that note, yes, Ray. Thank you for joining us, and
Yes, thanks. Ray.
Always.
let's
No,
give a big shout out to your partner F. Yeah, Mama Bear swooped in and
Yeah. So,
Millie down when you could not.
yeah, I'll have to review the tape. Sorry, I missed some of your selections because, I had to jump away.
It'll
but,
be in the show notes. Isn't that right, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like, hey, you do all the work. Let's do some more. Yeah.
Exactly. We want page reference numbers as well, Phil. Please.
That's right.
For the particular
Publication
points
dates,
that we've raised.
Footnotes,
Exactly.
headers,
Publication
yeah,
dates,
that's what I'm here
collected
for.
editions.
And type out all the letters that Justin referenced from
That's
the
right.
letters
We
page.
need
So they need a
scans.
timestamp on the movies and.
Exactly. Please, the fans want it, Phil.
All right. Hey, Ray, where can people find you on Ray Plays Games?
Oh, thank you very much, Phil. That was seamless. Check me out on YouTube, Ray Plays Games. I play a lot of Marvel Champions, some Marvel Legendary, and some Final Girl as well. It's a lot of fun. Also, Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast. We just spoke to Jed McKay. Fantastic. He answered all the loonies, all the fans' questions. So we're very happy to have a truckload of questions, and Jed was just so patient to go through all of them. So go check it out if you had asked a question as well. But yeah.
The Moon Knight podcast.
How dare you not invite Lilith Hellfire to that interview since it was episode 369? How dare you?
I know.
God, he's a busy guy.
We're going to have a 369A. And then we'll have the
Do it again.
Point
Call
one.
me when it's 420, man. It's all right.
Yeah, there we go.
But yes, kids, if you have a deck and you can't handle it, Ray will help grow your deck. His hands are there for you.
Strongest wrists down under.
Jeez. They are.
You should put that on your banner on your YouTube banner.
Yeah, we're just writing.
Go ahead, throw it in.
All right.
The wrists came from writing, I'm saying. Yes. Anyway.
Yeah, that erotica. Anyway, all right, kids. Yes, if you have questions for or thoughts on this episode, email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Oh yes, and send in your thoughts for next episode. I know Ray will tune in because we're going to cover the 30th anniversary of Batman Forever.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
your bingo
Wow,
card ready, kids.
yes.
Val Kilmer
Yay.
Batman.
Oh, man.
I just
One of my
rewatched it
favorite
today,
movies.
and I took notes.
Oh, did you?
30th
Oh.
anniversary of O'Donnell was Robin, yes.
He was 24, but he ages like milk.
Again,
That's
it's
on
no
HBO
for a
Max,
youthful
right?
ward, Lilith.
Oh, the Batman's are on HBO Max, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever its
Wow,
name
okay.
is these days.
Yeah, it's back to HBO Max and that stupid gray color, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And the episode after that, Return of Marvel Tales for one episode.
That's right, yeah.
Celebrate America's 4th of July with Captain America stories.
Oh, Lilith, it's one of your favorites.
Wow. Listen to that. Listen to that.
I can hear the
Superman
enthusiasm.
story.
Passion.
Hey, send in your thoughts. We're going to cover the Bloodstone Hunt.
Oh, yes, okay.
Right.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do. Love that run.
All right. So, yes, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, 614-382-2737. You can catch us on pretty much all social media. So help support us by buying merch at TeePublic and Spring. And again, Lilith Hellfire says bazookas do not grow on trees, so please rain random money on us with the Cash App link. Again, birthday in December, so I think we can raise some money.
Got plenty of time. 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. Plenty of time.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon, where again you get exclusive uncensored content every month. Again, we've been mixing it up a little bit. We had a little appearance at a panel. We had Justin's drunken unboxing video, and then the June episode, Justin and I covered the Friday the 13th franchise. Right.
You got any suggestions for July, Ray? Or
Yeah, Ray, you're a Patreon subscriber.
Oh yeah. I will drop them in with all the others that I have dropped in.
Oh shit!
No, I will suggest something. Definitely, I'm pretty keen. Yeah.
All right. So yes, yes. Subscribe to Capes and Lunatics Plus at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics.
Maybe Phil Steven Seagal. You can do a special on Steven Seagal.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Like movies, like when he could kick and when he
no,
couldn't.
we
No,
gotta do
anything,
the
just-
reality TV show where he was pretending to be a cop.
I love that one. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. It was down in New Orleans, and his accent kept changing. Yeah.
His
What was that
accent
called?
kept changing.
All Undercover or something like
And then
that.
if they had to run, let the young cops chase after people. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's the size of a bear. How could he be undercover? Yeah. Anyway.
Have you ever seen the Tony Danza one where he goes as a substitute teacher? Man, the mid 2000s reality TV shows were wild, bro.
Tony Danza. That'd be cool as a substitute teacher. That's cool.
Oh my. All right. So, Ray, tell us what you want us to talk about.
Go ahead, throw it in.
All right. So, patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. All right. And
Where's
I
the
know
banners?
what
Pull up the banners.
I am.
Hurry up, old man.
I'm gonna pull it up. All right. Yes. Again, you can catch
Oh.
Justin on the Lost Library of Legends. Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yes.
called you out last time, by the way. He says, "Where's the episodes at?"
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah.
So, haven't got a new one?
Yeah, I've been busy this month, but I'll have some out
Going to the beach.
for the end of this month. I know I've been a lot of
Hey,
time at the
everybody
beach.
Oiling
deserves
up.
to get fresh air.
So they're coming soon, Justin.
They are. I have a couple in the works this weekend.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And again, get Kristen's book, Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder on Amazon now. Again, you will learn something, no
We
matter
need
how
an
much.
updated edition. I'm just gonna call everybody out at this point. So get to working on that, Kristen.
Volume
All
2.
right.
I love how everyone's like creating things, and meanwhile Lil's just planning how to get something.
I
to
was
blow
raising 3 children and 4 dogs.
shit up. Walking uphill both ways.
Go up to my waist.
And again, on all kinds of social media at Podfather Bill. So nothing to promote, Lilith, besides.
Well, I'll ask a question, and if anybody answers in the YouTube channel, that I might do it. Would anybody be interested in joining my Twitch channel? I don't know what game I'm gonna stream, but I'll do something. So if I get like 5 guesses in the
yeah.
comments of
Yeah,
this video,
do it.
I'll start streaming at least once a week.
All right.
Oh. Yeah.
Depending
I'd
if you
tune
do
into that.
Depending if you do WWE 2K25 or some kind of sports game, I might have someone who might join you.
Oh.
Yeah, what sort of games do you play, Lilith? What?
I'm a cozy gamer, actually, so I'm thinking more like Sims 4, visual novels.
Did you
things like
hijack that truck full of Switch 2s?
Man, I actually had to boycott Nintendo because of the choices they made for the Switch 2. It's such a bummer.
Ooh.
But if somebody buys it for me for Christmas, I ain't gonna turn it down. I'm just not gonna spend my own money on it.
Hey, I've said,
Yeah,
I got to get on the ball too. I said, if anyone wants to just make an Amazon wish list, well, I can put them in the show notes if people just want to send us stuff.
To review, whatever, to have, to keep.
Exactly.
For entertaining you, you know.
Although it's my idea, Lilith, and like you'll be ready to go, but then they'll like start sending stuff to like the good people like Kristen or maybe Justin, and we'll be sitting there we're sitting here.
They know me. I'm just gonna buy it myself. No impulse control anymore.
All right, let's get out of here. This one went long because Ray hijacked the show. All right, kids.
Hey.
No.
Always a pleasure.
Good episode. All right, kids. Thanks for joining us for another week. We have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics. Ray, we gotta get an ampersand from you too.
Oh, okay. I could be exclamation mark.
Oh.
I like that.
There must be something standing up. All right. So yeah, next episode, 30th anniversary of Batman
It's
Forever.
gonna be a Sunday night review too.
Yeah.
Make you feel old
It's
yet,
gonna get
kids.
crazy.
Val Kilmer Batman, 30 years old.
I'm gonna have to go to the dispensary to
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Me too. We have to play that soundtrack too.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out my. I have those little
yeah.
glasses. I think I have one or two of those little glasses. What was that? McDonald's.
Oh,
Yeah.
limited edition.
I gotta pull
Nice.
them out.
Yeah.
Oh, were they new? They re-released something, didn't they?